is Section 5 of Chapter 3 in Gears of War Judgment. This is a fairly, interesting little declassified mission here. It's really going to mess with your movement speed, and you'll see sniping and single-shot weapons are kind of useless for this area, even though they give you a lot right here. You may want to take them for the next area, but if you're looking to get stars, it might just be easier to go with a Lancer or a Retro Lancer for this section. And you can find the cog tag right there before you get into the main firefight. And the declassified mission here, what it does is increases wind speed, and what this means for you is that you will be slowly moved to the side as long as you are standing still, not in cover, and your visibility is reduced. So as you can see here, my sniping is pretty hard to do, as is grenade throwing. And it is a little difficult to get your full 3 stars here, just because there aren't really very many enemies here. It's just this one little fight, and then this section is done. So it would probably pay to come into this section, either with a Gnasher or a Lancer, and it might be a good idea just to reload your checkpoint at the start of the mission here, and then keep those weapons. And then if you do want these long-range weapons for the next part of your mission here, then just go back and get them at the end of the wave. Coming into Section 6 here, the cog tag is going to be right at the start. And if you just circle around the right side here and go down this hallway, you will find it at the end of the hall. After you've flipped the switch and seen the cutscene, you can come over here and activate your declassified mission, and all this is going to do is reduce your visibility by a bit by turning out the lights. It's not really like the smoke grenade or the fog like we had in the last one, but it does make sniping a little more difficult, but overall it's not really too bad.
So when the light goes up, they feel right at home. Us? Less so.
And you have a short section here before heading on to the final Section 7 here.
That missile's useless if the grubs can get to it.
We can use the bot to seal...
Now this is section 7, the beach. Like the other finale sequences at the end of the chapters, this one is a long defensive mission, and as you can see there, you can get the cog tag right at the start. And you're declassified, pretty easy declassified, just enemies spawn with one-shots, watch out for them, doesn't really make it too much harder. And you'll recognize this as the first area that you came into when you landed on the island. And for defense here, you want to set up one of the Nasher turrets over at this entrance. A lot of locusts will come into there, and that will take care of quite a few of them. This one you can basically put anywhere you want to. I kind of like putting it there. It stops people from coming up that middle. And then you can take your tripwire crossbow and fire it along the blocks down on the beach here to create a few traps.
It's downtown, baby.
And most of your AI will stay right in this little spot right here, regardless of where you move. And that's really a pretty good spot for them, because enemies will get up on this landing here, and your AI is pretty good at taking them out. And if you come up into this little kind of crow's nest area up here, you'll find both an Onyx ammo crate and a long shot. And long range is going to come in really useful for defending the beach here. It's kind of a long range focus area. Enemies will come up in boats onto the beach, and they will then rush you. So they have quite a ways before they get to you, and especially the heavy hitters, you can take them out with long range stuff long before they ever get to you. And of course, you can also hop on the turrets here and deal as much damage as you can to them. You probably won't get a whole lot of damage in on them there. The turrets are pretty exposed, and the locusts are pretty good about shooting you when you get at them.
It's downtown, baby.
Sticking over here on this side, the locusts kind of get funneled into that little side pocket there, coming up towards you, and it's really easy to just pick them off as they come to you.
The cold train just takes what he wants.
Chose to get the Onyx ammo crate there so I could fill up on my long shot ammo. There will be guys down on the beach hitting you with mortars, and they can be a little tricky to get out into the open where you can snipe them from here. But if you kind of hang out in this area, you'll be underneath a canopy, so you won't have to worry about getting one-shotted by mortar fire.
It's downtown, baby. Where's my replay?
We need to make sure that's the last of them. Okay, Kilo, let's hope this is the last of them.
And most likely, at some point during this wave, you will have to retreat back over to this area here. Quite a few of these enemies that come up here are going to rush you, and they're going to be able to get on your AI pretty good. And as always with these waves, there are a couple of different enemy configurations that you can get. I ended up getting blood mounts this time, but you can also get more boomer-focused waves and more mauler-focused ones.
Come on up.
And eventually, towards the end of this wave, you're probably going to have to change out your guns if you've had a similar configuration to what I've had here. You just start running out of ammo. So go and pick up a gun one of the enemies has at some point. It's probably better to ditch a gun that's low on ammo and go for one that has more ammo, even if the gun you're ditching is a good one. And if you remember, the cog tag was way back at the start of the mission, so once everybody's dead, you can just go ahead and head into the ship in the middle, which is going to be your exit out of here.